I'm going to kick off the episode. Are you ready for me to kick it off?
Oh,
Nick?
sure. Yeah.
All right.
Tonight, pre-recorded live at Emerald City Coffee on 1224 West Wilson. It's AWSM Comedy Radio with two very special guests. Please welcome on episode 208, Kasey Foster and Kasey Whitaker. How are you ladies doing? AWSM Radio.
Damn, that was good.
It was good.
Yeah. Hey, well, welcome to... We have one question outstanding. We are going to answer that question. Welcome to AWSM Comedy Radio. This time, pre-recorded live at Emerald City Coffee, Uptown at 1224 West Wilson. I'm Logan.
I'm Tom.
I'm Nick, and once again, our special guests are the lovely Kaseys, Kasey Foster and Kasey Whitaker. How are you ladies doing? Is it odd in this room? Do you feel comfortable sitting in those wooden chairs that are nailed together?
I love these wooden chairs.
Yeah, I was trying to move those earlier, and I thought they were individuals, but I looked down, and there's just two old rusty nails just holding them together by the side.
There's a nice divider, though, so we can't actually make too much contact. So
Yeah.
It's good.
So, Kasey, what have you got going on? Because this episode is not going to air for a week, but I know that Babylon 5 is playing at the Steppenwolf Theater on Monday, April 3rd.
Yes.
And tell us about, how did Babylon 5, because you're in Grud, which is not just good, not just great, but a Grud band, and Babylon 5 as well. How did Babylon 5 come to fruition?
Well, actually, one of the singers and our piano player were both single at the time. This is like 3 years ago, and I was like, I've got to get these two to get to know each other. So it was just a matchmaking scheme on my part, double top secret. And then we got two songs ready. We were just going to do kind of like various variety show circuits, just so they would get to know each other. And then it ended up being so well received and so much fun to do that now we are here like 3 years later and doing a show at Steppenwolf. It's very exciting. We're all very excited.
So very exciting.
that's
I can't wait to
awesome.
see it. Tickets are available at steppenwolf.com.
That's true. Yes.
Okay. We'll talk a little bit about Dance Tribute in a minute because I'm in that, so that's more important.
Yes.
All right. Kasey, author and director of Lucky Liar Loser, tell us a little bit about this play.
Yeah, so I have about 3 weeks left in the rehearsal process, and then I premiere my first play in Notre Dame at St. Mary's College, and the subject matter is violence against women. But it's a multimedia project with modern dance, shadow puppetry, some pre-filmed pieces, and then monologues and sketch comedy. So it's more of a dramedy than anything else. And yeah, it's very exciting. About a 30-person cast, live music, and it's a big project, but I'm excited.
And
yeah.
You said something about the time switch earlier, going back and forth between Indiana, which is evidently the most popular state right now. Mm-hmm. What's going? Is the production happening in Indiana?
Yes.
Okay.
So it'll be on the St. Mary's College campus at the Moreau Center for the Arts.
All right.
And it seems like you have a lot of different... as a person, you will obviously get the reference to Cordell Stewart, the football player, right? Who is called Slash because he had so many different functions. Mm-hmm. You seem like you have a lot of different...
No, I love soccer.
Yeah, and when you're in charge of, and I like to think if you wrote it, you're the person behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the
Would
same
you consider
Slash?
yourself like the puppet master of all these people? Because like you could add that to your credentials. You could be like writer, / puppet master / actor / director / musician /
Comedians.
comedian.
Yeah.
You
/
gotta add.
guitarist in Guns N' Roses.
/
Right.
/
Slash. Slash.
Great.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. I've directed a lot freelance, but directing your own work in your own words is a little different, and allowing them to kind of make it their own and not use that improviser brain to allow collaboration and people to maybe change your initial picture in your head of what it would be.
Right.
Yeah, It's bizarre. It's very cool though. Past people they've had was Lily Tomlin, Glenn Close, Sigourney Weaver, Audra McDonald, and then like me. So like I'm just trying to like act like I know what I'm doing. But yeah, it's very cool.
That's how I think most people feel.
Yeah.
Unless we're weird.
That we're faking it?
Yeah,
What
just
are you
like
talking about?
just like act like you know what you're doing.
Well, you all can act like you know what you're doing in this first initial segment that we're going to call Logan. Hashtag all play. All right, so I'm going to stand up and kind of wake up the space just a little bit. And the way that we play this is I'm going to say a word that's trending on Twitter, and then anyone just say the first word that comes to your mind. We're about to get political and stuff. The word is Trump.
Oh, God.
Oh. And that's how you play. Hashtag all play. So now I want to talk about dance tribute. Because this is a beautiful piece that's happened yearly for what now? This is the past 6 years?
Yeah.
Okay. Because last year, it was the first time it was kind of a collaboration of songs, meaning there wasn't a specific artist that you were celebrating. It was jock jams. The year before that was Aeon Flux. You've done Bjork. You've done David Bowie. But this year, you're doing Mark Messing.
Yes.
So this is the first time it's been a tribute to a local artist.
Yes. Yeah.
And what made you come to this decision?
He is probably one of the first people I met when I moved to Chicago, and his music is incredible. And I know this maybe sounds weird, but you don't think that you would ever know somebody that's that talented. And this is a person that is just extremely, just a musical genius, but also he is a giver to the community 100% of
In
his
so many
life,
ways.
and
Yeah.
just is such a great guy. And he bought me my first Bananas Foster, which
Oh,
that
that's a great
really
dish.
sealed the
Is
deal
that
for
a
me.
beer? What is that?
It's a dessert.
Yeah.
It's like a banana.
Like a banana split?
Popular in New Orleans.
It's different than a banana split. It's like warm
Yeah.
and
It's
Caramelized,
flambéed,
yeah.
right?
Does it have ice cream in
Do
it?
they put? Is it
I
rum
don't
or whiskey?
remember. I think
don't
rum.
remember. Rum, right? So you've got banana, and I think you got vanilla ice cream.
Oh, okay.
And then it's like doused in rum and then flambéed on the plate.
What?
Yeah.
it's
Like a
very
whole
tasty.
banana?
I don't know.
Like no
I'm
peel.
guessing a whole banana is
The
probably. Yeah, you could do
It's
the whole.
just
A whole
the,
banana
It's just
tree?
the peel.
Okay.
Yeah, and then like a liter of rum.
Ugh.
Both Caseys look so extremely confused.
An
right now.
hour later, it stops
No,
sprinting.
I'm just picturing that's like a Friday night for me. Like
Just a
long-
banana peel and some rum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does
But
that?
I
Wait,
drink the rum and then I try to eat the peel.
you should
Just
know
immediately afterwards.
that
Yeah.
thing. You can't get high on banana seeds, Casey. I'm sorry to inform you.
You can't get
I don't
high
know.
on them?
Yeah. Well, you ever heard that in high school?
I do
High school
remember
kids
that
are like,
rumor.
No,
"Oh, if you eat enough banana seeds."
I
like,
thought it
how
was
are
if you
gonna-"
smoked them.
I was not
Oh,
a
really?
cool kid. I never tried to get high.
I can believe it.
I think you already exist in an altered state, and therefore,
That's pretty
yeah,
accurate.
you don't need to go anywhere.
You and my dad have never tried weed. That's
Oh,
disappointing.
I've tried weed, just not in high school.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was
dad's
much
never.
later, after the incident with the oranges that we won't talk about. You
We
and
talk
your
about that all
fruit.
the time.
You and your fruit.
But yeah, so what else has he done besides introduce you to Bananas Foster?
Well, he just makes music for the world, and he's composed, for some films. But I think the thing he's most known for in Chicago is he co-founded the band Muka Patsa, and he was kind of like the iconic sousaphone player. But he's done music for various theaters in town, and I'm sure things that I don't know about. But he was generous enough to give me a bunch of his stuff, and I was like, I'll take it. And so now I'm gonna do this. But before I forget, I went to St. Mary's my first year of
What?
school.
What?
Yeah, that's right. When you said St. Mary's, I was like, oh, I know exactly about St. Mary's.
That's weird.
Yeah,
Anyway, crazy.
Le Mans Hall.
Oh, stop.
Not Le
Yeah.
Mans.
I was in Regina.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but my friend lived in Le Mans.
we have rehearsal in Regina.
Sure, it's good
Which
dance
is not
studios.
Regina.
It's not
Also something I learned.
It would be better.
Regina Spector.
I'll meet you in Regina. Yeah.
I did think it was Regina Spektor for a while.
So, speaking of Lamaze,
Oh,
Ooh,
yes.
nice.
would you
Nice
like
one.
to, would you like to announce the
Sure.
news? Because I didn't know this, and when you came
Yeah.
into the room and you were like, Pragland.
Yeah.
I thought you were pulling the biggest April Fool's
Oh,
joke
yeah.
ever.
I waited till. Go ahead.
Yes, no, I am. I'm pregnant, and it's very exciting.
Yes, for birth.
Life.
But I realized, we never really went public on Facebook, which I think is the only way people hear about
That's the
stuff.
only way people
Yeah.
hear about
So I've
news.
just kind of been like
100% of
feeling
news.
out if you have you heard, and so it is kind of a remarkable experiment to see how word travels now if you don't post something on Facebook. So
Is that what you're
Yeah.
doing?
yeah, and
Okay.
so I think that a lot of the kind of more of my musician friends have heard the word, but because there's theater, I'm sure music has this too, but theater is in such isolated groups sometimes.
Yeah.
You kind of get it in one group of theater and then the other group hasn't heard about it. Anyway, so it's spreading. The news is spreading. Now it will go far and wide with this podcast, surely.
That's right. That's,
We're
that's
breaking
my
the baby
ongoing
news.
experiment is I don't learn anything through Facebook, so we just created a podcast to learn about what's going on with people. And I feel someday we will probably outpace Facebook in terms of
Amount of
news
views,
Members
and
and-
likes
yeah.
and
Yeah.
clicks. And
Starting tonight.
interactions.
We'll be bigger than Jesus.
Tom, you're getting carried away. All right. So the two of you, I understand, are both lovely singers. So that's why you're going to play one of the most difficult games, in
Yeah,
my
it's a
opinion,
challenge.
in history. But first, we have to get some lyrics in your hands. So, Logan, I believe those lyrics are behind your body. So if you feel behind your body, I think you're going to find
They
them.
are. I was sitting on them, kind of.
Are they nice and warm?
Let's put those into
All right.
the lovely Kasey.
So
hands.
before I explain this game, I think I'm just gonna play the jingle first. Yeah, I get all jumbled there because it's a jumbly game. This
Did
is.
you make that jingle?
I'm
Or was that
ashamed
Charlie?
to admit, yes.
Oh, okay.
So what I have here is I have 4 sheets of lyrics. We have the lyrics to Let It Snow, Away in a Manger, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and O Come All Ye Faithful, because Christmas songs are songs that lots of people know. And the challenge is that we have suggestions here of what melody you might like to sing these songs to, none of which match the original song. In fact, it is up to you which lyric and song pairing you want, but I'm just going to hand these lyrics over, and Kasey's, if you want to figure out which melody and which lyrics you'd like to sing, bonus points for whoever goes first. When you do, I will play a little clip of the melody like this. And that's all you're going to get. You're just going to get a few seconds like that to hear what it sounds like on piano, what key it's in, and all that stuff. And then you're going to have to launch in with the wrong lyrics. So
All right.
while you guys are
And
figuring that out...
While they're figuring this out, I think it's
yeah.
a wonderful time just to mention the next date in question for Dance Tribute, which is going to be on Monday, May 8th at 8 p.m. at Martyrs. It's one night only. Be there or be Prague.
Or both?
Also, the winner will be determined by audience applause, or if the bonus points are enough, then that might sway it.
All right. Who would like to go first?
I just want to say for the record, I'm Jewish.
Okay.
Oh, it's a disadvantage.
I'm kidding.
Audience, keep that in mind. Aw.
April Fools.
All right.
All right.
So who's going first? And which lyrics
Kasey
have
is.
we
Okay.
chosen?
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Casey's
will
definitely
go
going first.
All right, I'm going to do Let It Snow lyrics sung to Auld Lang Syne.
Sung to Auld Lang Syne. So once again, I'll give you a little taste of what the melody sounds like first. Are you ready?
Okay,
Okay.
sure.
You can go for as long as you want, or I'll cut you off, or you give me a sign.
Okay.
Okay. Here you go.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've got no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
All right.
That was amazing.
Damn.
It's like
Yeah.
Judy Garland is sitting here. Oh my God.
Hold the rest of your applause, because we will vote again later with applause. I am
And when
so
I said I
sorry,
was a singer,
Casey.
I do
Whitaker.
comedy, and I get
I
away
know.
with singing mediocre
I didn't know it.
because of
here's
the
the
genre
thing.
that I work in.
We've had other singers on before that have struggled a lot.
Yeah.
That's the thing about it. Like professional singers, and they're like,
Right.
"Oh, it's all wrong," and then they So I'm so sorry.
No.
Are you ready?
I'm going to try my best.
Okay. All right.
So what will we be singing, and what are the lyrics?
Okay, I'm going to sing Away in a Manger, sung to the melody of Silent Night.
Okay, so
Okay.
I will give you a little taste, a little smidge of Silent Night first before we start. Maybe. Okay.
All right.
You feel like you're ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to begin in 3, 2, 1.
Away in a manger, no crib for a bed. The little Lord Jesus laid down his sweet head. The stars in the sky looked down where he lay. The little Lord Jesus asleep in the hay. The cattle are lowing, the baby awakes. The little Lord Jesus, no crying he makes.
Oh, it's going to be a
All
close
right.
one.
Wow. Got operatic at the end there. All right, and now it has come time for the audience to vote. Audience, let's hear it for, do you think Kasey should win the match?
Do you realize that?
All right, now hold your applause. All right, now for comparison, let's compare. How many people think Kasey should win?
We both win. We're both named
All right,
Casey.
Kasey, you are the winner of Tune Wrong Sing Along.
All right. Well, thank you, ladies, for coming out. Once again, one last round of applause for Kasey Foster and Kasey
you for
Whitaker.
having me.
Thanks so much for listening to AWSM Comedy Radio. Check us out at awesomonster.com. And be sure and check out Dance Tribute on May 8th. If you're listening to this, you've already missed Babylon 5 at Steppenwolf Theater. Look for more news on Lucky Liar Loser performing at St. Mary's College.